Test. Yo, yo, yo. Yo. Hello? One second, guys. Just setting everything up. Test.
Yo.
Yes. Hello, how's it going? Yo, guys, how's it going? Do you guys hear me all right? Hope you guys are having a good Sunday. All right. Guess I'll start just looking at some stuff. But feel free to send me anything that you guys want me to look at. So alright, sorry I had to mute that. Alright, so let's see. 1 second, just getting a few more things set up. Alright. I guess I have Bitcoin up right now. Let's just take a look at Bitcoin, just for the hell of it. Alright. So we're on the monthly right now on Bitcoin. So obviously we're at like basically an all-time high. So I mean, not a whole lot to look at the monthly other than just this roller coaster, just flying up. Let's drop down to the weekly. So again, we're just making these higher highs, higher lows. So obviously we're bullish momentum. You can obviously see volume, just the size of these candles just skyrocket. Let's just drop down a little bit more. You can start getting a better idea. Alright, so obviously, again, we can see these like higher highs, higher lows. It's a little more choppier. That's alright. We can see like the start of these pullbacks and then the breakouts. So here we are. So at about which makes sense at what's the word I'm looking for? For like a psychological level, you see, we did once we hit about 60,000-ish, that area is kind of with that wick. It's that range roughly. We came back down. We're starting to hold this area once again. See, we had this is whenever the pullback began. We came up, we broke past there, we came and retested, we're holding, and I think we'll definitely, just based off like the technicals and just the momentum, definitely we should be coming up to 60,000 here soon. We'll see when. I definitely am bullish on Bitcoin. I don't own any Bitcoin personally. That's kind of just like not my investment style right now. However, I do believe it will continue up. I don't know how far up, just mainly because Bitcoin is kind of the pioneer in this industry, and we haven't seen anything to this extent as as significant. So yeah, we'll just have to see. 1 second, guys. I'm gonna try to fix this stream. Add a few things. See how that looks. Sorry about that. 1 second, guys. Alright, that looks good. I need to figure out how to use OBS better. See if I can check these settings real quick. Settings. I don't know what it would be. Video, audio. Oh yeah, it is video, but I'd have to end the stream. But that's alright. We can still use this. This looks fine. Alright. Let's see. Okay, so let me get back to the chart. Alright, so obviously we're breaking up. Let's just keep dropping down. Just look more and more into the details. This probably isn't the best. I should probably use a Coinbase. Is there a Coinbase? There we are. That'll look a lot better. Yeah, there we are. Alright, let's go back to the weekly. Let me get these charts drawn again real quick. Or daily, my bad. Alright, so once again, get this boom right there. Boom right there. That's probably good enough. Yeah, perfect. one thing, like, so in my opinion, so like, I think tentacles can definitely be used to like a trader and whatnot, to like benefit and whatnot. Or my only issue with like using tentacles, like the only tentacles I understand like indicators and like all that stuff and whatnot, but my opinion, like whenever I've used tentacles in the past, I've only used like support and resistance, like supply and demand zones and stuff of that nature. Kind of just like my only reason is just like because it's obvious spots in the market where there's been like tons of volatility and like direction changes. That means like there's certain price points and price areas where price can react in like a positive way and continue going up, or in a negative way and continue going down. So I do believe that tentacles do play a good role. However, you do need to have a directional bias, and in my opinion, the only reason tentacles like don't work if you don't have directional bias, because you know how like obviously you're told like buy support, sell resistance and whatnot. But like for example, like if or even like or like sell support breakouts and buy resistance breakouts and whatnot. However, like obviously it depends on like the time frame you're trading and whatnot. But like let's say we're trading off of the daily and we have our charts marked up. We see a zone here that respects well with this like this retest candle or whatever you want to call it, like a pullback, the market. But like if like let's say if we didn't have like a direction, like I said, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, and it's like we see this like strong breakout out of support, and like if you weren't bullish on Bitcoin, you would take that sell, and I mean unless you had trailing stops, you'd probably close that negative or whatnot, or like you see it's like consolidating right now. It just depends how far or how deep you want to hold and whatnot. It just depends on your own risk. But and I guess like what I'm trying to say is that like see I'm bullish, so even though we see this strong breakout, I would not be taking sells. I'd maybe even be buying, even though we see a breakout. Because based off of like my own personal preference whenever I'm trading and whatnot, I don't like even though like I'd maybe take a buy here, even if we like dropped all the way down to here, I would probably, this is more of like kind of like an investing mindset, I guess. I'd probably just continue to hold, unless like some news came out of like let's just say Bitcoin's banned like across the globe. Then obviously I'd probably sell. But I'm bullish on Bitcoin. That's my sentiment. So I honestly like I don't care where if Bitcoin were to drop to here, which is of course possible. Anything's possible. In this area, let me just mark it. I'd probably just say kind of like just this general area. But if it did drop to there, I'd maybe even buy more. As long as like the fundamentals haven't changed on Bitcoin. So how I view it is that like we can use these zones to buy low, and I mean if you're just trying to make a quick trade, sell high. In my opinion, if I were to buy here, I'd just continue to hold. I think Bitcoin does have good potential to continue going up. But anywho, so let's say you did buy here, you definitely would be up. Like you can just use this zone as just an area. Like if we tap here, I'm going to buy because it is a low, and I think we have a good potential to definitely continue up. So that's how I see there. Let's go back to the 4 hour. Once again, it's a little more choppier. You can see price is pulling back up to the zone, maybe for a retest. I'd say this is maybe a good time to buy. I can see this. I think we can definitely drop to like the 40 or 54,000s, that area, just because we do see a lot of. This is kind of bottom and we shoot up. And it does kind of correlate with this like consolidation in this area, and then we continue up. Same with like that area down there. So I mean, I think you can definitely buy here. If we go down to here, you could definitely potentially buy more. But it's just based on your own opinion. This is kind of like the zones I like for Bitcoin. However, I can't be biased based on this zone, so I must say, we could say there's also a little bit of consolidation right there. So maybe throw another line about right there. So that is a tight range right there in this area between 59,000, 57,000. But that's just kind of like part of the game. I think you should. I mean, I'm going to be bullish on Bitcoin long term, so I really don't care if we bounce around here. If I bought at this line and then it drops to here, so I do think at some point we would reach at least 61,000 at a minimum. And if we did, let's say we did buy at 57,000, I mean that's profits right there. That'd be here. Let's just see what percent change is that. That'd be that's 6% right there, which is nice. And then from here, that's like about double. So let's say what's that? Probably around like 12%, right? Yeah, 12%. So yeah, that's kind of like my own opinion on Bitcoin. Again, this isn't financial advice. It's just for entertainment purposes. So let's continue on. Let's keep this little crypto wave going. Let's go check out Dogecoin. Full disclosure, I do own Dogecoin. Let's just see how this chart looks. All right, this looks good. Let's go to the monthly. Well, I should try to get the weekly. Yeah, too much volatility. Look at that. Maybe even daily. We can do this. We can start off a weekly. All right, so let me just explain my opinion on Dogecoin. So, first off, I'm no crypto expert. Honestly, I know like the basics, but a long story short with Dogecoin, I'm sure all you guys have heard of this. It started out as a meme coin and kind of like as a joke. This is around the time that I believe Bitcoin started to gain relevance, like the initial relevance. And so it's always like kind of like a joke. So it's always been priced pretty low. But obviously, like we all know about the early 2021 volatility that we were hit with, kind of just like with, GameStop, AMC, Nokia, like all that kind of like brought that up. I feel like all these kind of just are in the same pool of relevance in the first quarter of 2021, and so I bought Doge, and my main reason for buying Doge is that it's still at a very low price. It would be awesome if you got it for under a penny. Whenever it was way down here at 0.003, and that's just whenever it was like listed on this exchange, Bittrex. I've never used it, never heard of it, just using it just because it's on TradingView. But so I've been buying Dogecoin ever since it's been the 5 cents range. So a little late to the party, but my main reason is just because like I think it does have potential to, in my opinion, at least reach $1 within the next 5 years. And how I view it is I might have about $180 in Dogecoin, which is about 3,000 coins in total. And how I view it is that I have $180 in this, and obviously you've heard this before, but you should not invest money that like you need, or like you don't have an emotional attachment with, like you're okay with like if it going to zero, you're okay with that. So like for me and like my standing right now, I'm okay with losing my $180 I put into Doge for to go to zero. I'm willing to accept that risk, mainly because for one, it's cheap right now. So I'm not worried about it. I'm not too worried about it dropping too much. I think it's possible it drops, of course. So it's still kind of running off of like a lot of like momentum and hype from Elon and just from like other retail investors. So It's possible it can drop. However, like based on its like potential reward, I think it has a lot more potential to fly or to increase tenfold at a minimum versus it crashing to zero. So and another. So I had to pause for a second to think, but another reason I bought a bunch of Doge or like relative, obviously, is because like I was able with $180 to purchase like 3,000 Doge coins roughly. So like let's say like another cryptocurrency that's that's in like the hundreds. I can't think of any right now, but let's just use like a hypothetical cryptocurrency. It's like $100, and or 180, let's just say. So I was able to just buy one whole coin of that hypothetical crypto. Now, if it were to go up to like, let's just use $1,000 as an example, that'd be obviously be great. That'd be like what 900% return roughly. So that'd be great, and I'd turn that $180 into 1,000, so I'd profit about roughly $820. But like how I view it, in my opinion, with like cryptos is that like it is like pretty speculative because we don't know what's gonna happen. It's such a new concept that hasn't reached like a mainstream use yet. So there is like so much potential that like I'm really like using crypto as like kind of like a gamble, as in like just like I just have like it just has that potential to fly up, but like it's not guaranteed. So we'll see what happens. One second, I gotta update some stream stuff. Alright, we're good. So, alright, back to the Doge. So back to the like hypothetical reasoning. So if I'd only be able to buy one coin of that $180 crypto, but with Doge I was able to buy 3,000 for that 180. So if Doge were to go to let's say $1,000 and I own 3,000, that'd be such a great return compared to that just buying that one coin. I mean that'd be what is it? Three million? I think $3 million if it were to I'd profit 3 million. So or roughly. So I think Doge just has that like high reward potential with like based on the amount of Doge I bought, relatively low risk. I mean, it just depends on your own personal situation. And so that's why I'm in Doge because I do think it like 100% will hit $1 at some point. I'm pretty confident on that. Obviously, anything can happen, but anything after that, is always possible. It's less likely as we get up there, but I think it definitely hit the $1 range. It might take some time, but I'm willing to hold. I only put in $180. I don't necessarily need that money right now. So yeah, I'll be waiting and see what happens when it does. All right. So that's Doge for me. Let's start analyzing it a little bit more. So that's a good zone. I don't really want to put on the daily a line right here as like a zone, a buying or selling zone. However, I do think it's evident just because it's not really consolidating here. It is possible that because look at volume obviously is really decreased from here. So it is possibly just like a volume thing. However, there's just no one gaining control. And I think it's good that it is holding this area because I'm bullish, so it's like holding this relative area. So I think that's nice that it is staying strong and holding that. But if we drop a little bit lower, you can see a lot better. Maybe some potential zones we can mark up. I think definitely right here. Look at once we hit here, just look at this. Once we like shot up to here, it just drops, just dies. That's at about 6.063 cents. And then definitely right here we can see another zone. And Drop down a little lower to see what we got going on over there. But no, yeah, look at this. Look at it just tapping there. Just tapping there and just dying. Look at that. Coincides very well. I don't really like going down to the hours. We call it choppiness. Yeah, I'll just leave. We'll leave these lines how they are. That's my opinion. We'll see. What do we have next? What do you guys want to look at? Like, kind of just doing this for you guys. You guys give me maybe a stock you're interested in, or any security. I can just take a look at it. I'm doing just technicals right now, but I can look at some fundamentals too. My fundamental analysis and research isn't too deep, which depending on your own investment style and risk, it can vary obviously. But how I view fundamentals, I just want to make sure that a company isn't, or just a security in general, isn't having any issues. And that's either being sued, managerial issues, financials, like maybe risk of bankruptcy. Curious what institutions are saying about it, like banks or hedge funds. So stuff of that nature is my main interest whenever taking a security to invest and trade in. So, my main, for example, let's use DNN, which is Denison. I don't know how to say it right, but something like that. Denison Mines, Denison. I don't know, but so this is actually a company I have some options in. So honestly, they're very cheap, $1. Many would consider a penny stock, but we see they became public in 2001. Around the time when we had that little mini recession, I believe. And honestly, they grow, and hit a peak, recession hits, and boom, it's been on a decline since. Maybe even a little before the recession. Probably the recession kind of really took them off here, down there. So yeah, I guess they kind of been on. It kind of started having a lot of volatility right before the recession, which makes sense, and it just absolutely tanked. And then since the recession, they've kind of just hung around $1. Reached the peak at $3.29 in February 2011. And ever since that, kind of just dwindled down, staying pretty consistently. I guess here, kind of under $1, but nonetheless, they've stayed relatively stable at a low price, and just started seeing some more volatility and price pick up. And so I saw this. I noticed there's some good potential to collect some premiums and some options. And so whenever I saw they had some high premiums, I wanted to be okay, why are they adding high premiums? Is it because there's a lot of sell-off? Is there a lot of some good news come out and whatnot? So I look at DNN stock. I'll look at the news. So I'll just kind of mainly I'll just read headlines for the most part. I'll sometimes pick one article that seems kind of broad that'll tell me let's see. Okay, for example, I clicked on this one in the past. So why? Caption says why it happened. So I'll click on that. I'll say, all right, let's see. So I'll kind of just scroll. I'm not really doing any deep reading. So investors are responding positively to the company's common shares being added to the S&P/TSX Composite Index. So the reason why is because it's grown so much recently is because it was added to an index. So it's the headline index for the Canadian equity market, which I don't know anything about the Canadian market, but based on my own personal risk, that's okay. I personally, the way I trade, it's not too important with me. So here's a quote: inclusion in the S&P/TSX Composite Index is a notable achievement and comes at a time when investors' interest in nuclear energy and the global energy transition has increased significantly. So to me, that's positive news. That's the reason it has gone up. So that's kind of all for me to understand that maybe a company they're not doing too bad. However, if you do, I do use Yahoo. It's also nice to look at just like headlines. You type in a stock, pull up DNN, the DNN ticker, take a minute to load. There we are. You can just scroll down, and there's also, it is kind of annoying, the ads. You gotta like pick the ads away from the actual news. So I'll give you headlines too. The Yahoo Finance is awesome. So what I will do sometimes also is like the financials. Now I will tell you, just off of memory, I do know their cash flow has been a majority of the time negative. Let's see, let's go to the bottom line. So yeah, free cash flow, yeah, has been consecutively negative. In 2017, we did have a positive flow, which obviously isn't the best. However, like I said, as long as like I'm seeing like positive news about the company, I know I'm willing to take a risk on even potentially negative cash flows. Like I said, I do, in my opinion, have a high risk tolerance, just due to my past of like trading and investing. So that's just me personally. A lot of people probably disagree with me. However, that is the beauty of all this, is that if something works for you, you keep doing it, even if it's against what your friends are doing, what maybe the financial advisor's telling you to do. Speaking of, I'm not a financial advisor, so you definitely shouldn't consider anything I say as investment advice. However, if a financial advisor is telling you something, definitely they know a lot more than your ordinary investor, so I definitely consider what they have to say. However, if you find success doing something else, I definitely think you should keep doing that. As long as it's your own ideas and opinions, and not just taking some random person online's investment advice. So yeah, that's how I view it. So like I said, I do have some options on DNN. So let's just look at their chart. I sold some cash covered puts at $1 that expire April 16th, I believe. So we'll start on a daily. Just like I'm not super with my options calls and their puts. My picks, I guess I should say. I'm not too worried about long term to a certain extent. Just kind of like trying to get in and out. So I'll put a line right here. We kind of slowed up here and shot back up. Kind of chart's a little choppy, so it's hard to tell. But we do have obviously price held here. We have a bunch of tests and we went up. And also that hints like I said, my put is at $1, so it's slightly below. But that's okay, that like little support area. And so again, I really do like the support area. Holds nice. I guess for the upwards, we can definitely mark a zone right here. See, we came to that and dropped back down. It's at about $1.24. Drop to the hour. Yeah, I really do like that zone. Now we can put a zone up here, except I'm not too worried about that. That was just a 52-week high, I believe. So that doesn't interest me a whole lot. I'm just more worried about this like downward momentum. Like I said, I get exercise, or I get what's the word I'm looking for? I get signed to the options if it goes below $1, or at $1 too, I guess. But less likely of that happening. I guess I'm not too sure. Actually, that's something I should look into. Excuse my yawn. I'm tired. I stayed up pretty late, but I'm here doing the work for you guys. So we come down here. So if we come down here, I will get exercise. And then let's say if I do get exercise, get some areas that potential change in direction. Definitely right there. Argue about right here-ish too. Just that's kind of when the really strong trend really started. So like I said, I'm confident. I'm not worried if I do get assigned. That's where I'm from. I'm not worried if I get assigned the options. I just more I'm just worried about companies just staying afloat and staying in business. That's my main focus whenever I do choose these options calls. So let's I guess we can look at another one. I really want you guys to tell me some picks you want me to look at. That's kind of like the main purpose for me doing this. Maybe a little, I don't know, maybe a little background music. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? If I can do that. I don't know. Let's see. I can do something. Let me try this out. Here, let's try this. Let's see how this sounds. I think it should play. I listen to it too. I'll definitely turn the volume down a little bit. I'm going to test this out, see how it sounds. I listen to it too. I'll definitely turn the volume down a little bit. I'm going to test this out, see how it sounds. Okay. Well, I realized my sound was way too high. Apologies about that. Music does not sound good right now. So we'll have to put that on hold for now until I get that all taken care of. Let's see. See if I can get something going. Do that. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Let me know. Let me know what you guys want to see. Here for you guys. Take a look at the stock. Just let me know, guys. Here hanging out. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon here where I'm at. Where are you guys from? Let's just look at the SPY. I have that over here opened up. All right, so let's go to the monthly. Again, SPY making new highs. Been making new highs for, I guess since COVID we've been flying up, but that's awesome. So look at the weekly. All right, again, kind of making too many highs, but definitely reaching a little zone right there. We'll pull down to the daily chart. All right, so I don't want to put a zone here yet, but it does look like we possibly did make a zone there. However, also I would say that there's a zone right there, we can say, and we are in that area, a little below actually, so I think that would definitely be a good area to buy at. Sorry, I had to look at something. All right, so let's go down to the 4 hour. All right, this looks a lot better. So per zone down here, if we came down here, which, I mean, if we came down there, I think we would have. So people would be getting a little shaky with our financial market. That's The 4% drop. I mean, nothing like super crazy, but I think if we did come down to there, I think that would people would be a little I don't know, a little more timid in the market, I guess you could say. Definitely not a sign of a recession or anything happening, but it slows people's the amount of money they're probably pulling into investments and whatnot. See the hour, see this line. We do come up here. That's definitely where we hit the high. Boom, boom, just dropping from there. We can even maybe put it a little lower. I think I'm going to do, probably put it maybe about right there. Perfect. And probably slap another zone right here. I do like that. You see, we, maybe even there. It's just kind of like, put it in the middle. Like I said, I like doing minimal lines because they're not set in stone. Like, basically, guys, like what we're doing with these technicals, they're not like guaranteed. Oh, if I hit this support, we're gonna go up, or if I hit the ceiling at resistance, we're gonna drop. It's kind of just something to put in mind is like maybe like buying points and take profit points. I don't necessarily use them as stop losses, like I said. Whenever I'm buying stocks or commodities or securities in general, I'm doing them more in like an investor mindset, so I don't really put stop losses. It can obviously depend on like the company or what I'm investing in, but like if I were buying into S&P, I'm not putting stop losses. I'm not really trading that. I'm kind of like buying that to just make those those nice. They're not too big, but they're nice returns each year. And so I'm using these like red lines, like spots, like hey, like if we drop to here, I should buy. So for example, right here we could have bought. Obviously, we'd be down some money, like about I think about 1%, maybe 0.5%. But you see, we came down to here, which we see we shot up. Once we reached there, we kind of dropped. Like I said, these areas aren't guaranteed, but we came to this area. I think definitely another good area to buy at. Just in my opinion, based on my own investments and my own strategies. So I think that's gonna wrap up today. It was mainly me just picking my own stocks to analyze, which is unfortunate, but you gotta start somewhere. But anywho, thank you guys for checking in. You can watch the replay of the stream on my channel. If you did enjoy the stream or the replay, please subscribe and like. Only if you enjoyed it, though. If you didn't enjoy it, just forget about me, please. But yeah, have a nice rest of your weekend. Good luck this week in investing and trading. I guess while I'm on the subject, GME, I think Tuesday's going to be very interesting because we do have earnings. I think whatever happens with earnings is going to really surprise us. I think I'm not even sure what the majority of people are thinking. I'm guessing the majority of people that are bullish on it are thinking we're going to have like crazy good numbers. However, I think a lot of like the more mainstream like institutions and news and like kind of like it's like the financial media, I'm guessing. I don't know how they're feeling. I feel like they've always been kind of negative on the GameStop thing. So I guess here I'll look it up. I'm just gonna search. Like I said, just doing very broad searches. Not really digging deep, but I'll look at GameStop earnings and just look at the news and see like how are the headlines? Are they bullish or are they bearish? Okay, so Barron says no one knows what to expect. I guess that's kind of what I said. I think it's going to surprise everybody. Jim Cramer, he seems like he's been a little negative. Overall, I don't know what he says, though. GameStop's price likely to see limited impact. Oh, that's from the stimulus checks. Top earnings, AMC Jim Cramer, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so it looks like, I mean, just from these broad searches, no one's saying no one's picking a side, which I just don't think anyone wants to be wrong. Because like I said, I think it's gonna surprise people. I think it's gonna really, whatever happens is gonna be very interesting. I think there'll be a lot of volatility, whether it's up or down. I just want to see if we have anything, if it says anything about the, just say there's options, yeah. There's just says there's earnings. So we'll see what happens. I'm really excited for Tuesday to see. Hopefully they announce it in the morning. I know some earnings are announced at market close, so I guess we'll find out. So really Tuesday, I'd say if you're you have a low risk tolerance, I think there will be a lot of volatility. So I'd just kind of stay out of the market, but do what you're comfortable with. But if I had low risk tolerance and just get scared and I see especially large moves, but just any move kind of like makes me a little nervous, I would be staying out of the market personally. Like I said, I have high risk tolerance. I'm in GameStop for a few shares, nothing crazy, but we'll see what happens. But anywho, thank you guys for tuning in. Feel free to leave a comment on what you want to see. I'm open to any criticism. So yeah, enjoy. Good luck this week.